Hey guys, it's at K Deuces, your sports bet queen, and we've been gone for quite a minute, or I would say, I guess, 2 weeks. And sorry to our listeners, but we're back now for the Crooks and Books podcast. And we are here today with a very special guest and friend of mine who I've been on a show a few times, and he's been on the show too, if you remember him from Ultimate Contest Weekend when we were live at the Circa. Kiev from the Odds Breakers.
Yes, yes. Very excited to come back. Thank you for having me back on your wonderful show. It's been a minute, but hey, we got a fun NFL week coming up. Lots to discuss. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, spooky, spooky town coming up for Halloween. So I also have Big Pick Brad
Yo, what's up, everybody?
repping his Chargers.
Hey,
Good
let's
with
go.
that. And then I have Mr. Prado the Pointer.
What's up?
Hopefully, you're pointing your audience into the right direction, going the ways that you've been going in your
I've
number.
actually, if you just made an interesting comment, she's like, "We're sorry, the viewers." No, we're not sorry. You're actually very thankful that we were not recording last
You're
week.
thankful because your numbers, but yeah, I see. I hear you. Wait till we get to that. Okay, so we're gonna go over week 8. Of course, Kiev being the guest of honor, I'm gonna have him do some takeaways or what he thought was memorable about this past weekend, which there's a lot to talk about, like you said. So let's go ahead.
Well, 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 yeah, thank you. Very memorable for me as I was ousted of Circus Survivor, but
Ugh.
half the people went out that was still in. It's kind of fun. You watch the value of your ticket go up and up. It was
Yeah.
the value, starts at 1,000. It was up to 4,200, and that was because of, three-quarters of the people being out. And I felt pretty fortunate to be there because I picked Dallas week 2, and I should have went out, but Russell
Mhm.
Wilson just gave them the ball and they kicked a 60-some yard field goal, which was literally almost impossible. So the way I look at it, I probably should have been out anyway. But the Atlanta Falcons I chose because I figured they were one of the 20 teams I had to use at some point. Um,
Yeah.
and, I just thought it was a good spot after the San Fran loss. Then you find out Michael Penix is hurt. And I'm still thinking Kirk Cousins is a good backup. But then what I should have realized is Raheem Morris is just that bad of a coach. I don't even think Kirk Cousins practiced with the ones all week. He probably had Michael Penix practice with the ones and then sit out the game.
Wow.
I mean, that's a very Raheem Morris thing to do. So,
Yeah.
I'm not, and Drake London was out the very last minute too. You're like, what? Everything kind of built up. I saw the line go down. I knew I was kind of doomed as soon as the game started. The thing about my thought processes, though, is like, it's not nearly as bad as the Cardinals lost. Obviously, you guys
Mhm.
know about that one
Yes.
against the Titans, the way that happened, the way the Bengals lost. The Bengals would have been my fourth choice this week. But what I should have done is probably even went with the Bills instead of try to save them because Andy Dalton is such a terrible quarterback. The Bills were coming off the bye and on the
Mhm.
comeback after two losses in a row. It was a great spot for the Bills. I just wanted to use them somewhere else, and I figured I can't use the Falcons in a division game against the Saints. Hindsight's 2020. Hey, if it flipped around and somehow the Bills lost and Atlanta won, and obviously it's a different story. But
Right.
it's a 20 game parlay. That's a little harder because you actually lose teams to pick. So I'm not going to be too upset about it. I'm still in some other survivors, but I think the big takeaway for that, and enough about me. Sorry, just had a rant. Uh,
No, you're fine.
betting
That's what
bad
we do.
coaches, betting bad coaches, you almost get what you deserve, and that's going to happen. I mean, the Atlanta's a very popular teaser leg too, and
Mhm.
a lot of people lost their teasers. And the NFL, if you stick to just betting good coaches, good things are going to happen. Stay away from those smelly teams. I don't. Sometimes numbers don't even matter with those bad teams. Uh, it's a situation where you might catch them at a right time, but more often than not, I think they're going to bust your ticket. Um, Also, injuries are just making a key role in this whole thing. As you see
Yeah.
with San Francisco, you guys are big 49ers fans,
Oh my God.
yeah, except
Testing.
for Brad, but you guys real rough. And the Texans were in such a big spot. That was my biggest bet of the week. I was happy to hit Houston last week. But I think spots are very important coming off the buys. Um, some teams are actually starting to give up, I think, too, and you're gonna see some, and it's not like they give up from the start, but once they start losing, they kind
Yeah.
of mail it in.
It's
So
kind of
keep
like
that.
we get ready for the next. season, or not real, like, they'll still play. Obviously they got to hit some stuff, but it's more like thinking now ahead. You're right.
Absolutely. What's dangerous about teams like the Niners is when you have a great coach like Shanahan, he can make anybody good, and so
Mhm.
it would not shock me for the Niners to beat the Rams next time. It would not shock me for the Niners to really, really fight to be in the playoffs and possibly
Yeah.
even still make a run at the division.
So yeah. Well, no, I think everything that you said is on point and on par with everything that happened over the weekend. Obviously, we all took different games or some similar since we were there live at the Circa. And the vibe there, obviously we've talked about it and you've talked about it on your show. It's just, you know, a wonderful vibe to be in, but when you're losing, it's even worse, right? Because you're like, God, I'm here. I shouldn't be. Maybe I didn't take that. Maybe I shouldn't take this or that. And talking about our team, it's crazy because it was definitely that battle, and we did have a better coach, I think, but obviously the injuries don't help out, and then their coach knowing us so much also probably helped them out as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no. And I agree with God, man, that Arizona lost. I lost the Arizona Survivor one, or Carlos and I did, but that one was more devastating, like you said, than Atlanta. And
Yeah, the
then
way
I'm
it happens. The
sure
Band-Aid was ripped off like this for me. For you guys, it was kind of like,
it was
like
scratching. It was
it was
scratching it.
it was rough.
Uh, like the Cincinnati one too, it's always the Bengals freaking taking out the knife and cutting people's freaking arms and throats out again. So
The
yeah.
Bengals, I bet the Jets, and the Bengals were the Jets were in a home run position. They
Yeah.
had one of their former players passed away that week.
Yep. Yep.
Justin Fields was getting all hell from the media. The coach was fired up, and the Bengals were coming in a letdown spot off of that big win against the Steelers. Joe Flacco always shows up for that first game, but then
Starts
Joe
dwindling
Flacco
down.
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just the way it is.
I don't really have anything else that, obviously Buffalo and KC and Pitt. I just think, and I'll talk about it since we're gonna talk about the next week, but maybe they were just preparing for the week before. I know many people thought, oh, like myself, that Aaron Rodgers could do this against his old team, and maybe they were just preparing for Indiana coming up. So we'll see. Okay, so Prado, do you have anything big pick you guys want to join in on the
Well,
takeaway?
the fact that the favorites absolutely just smashed, tore
Destroyed.
everything apart, might have been a historical favorite run. It's funny too, because even in college football, it was the same thing. Like favorites just handled business too. Um, there's just good, like you said, there's good spots for good teams. Um, I just think also too, like I think one thing that's not valued enough, and I kind of looked at this as I'm wearing a Baltimore jersey. No one really kind of takes a glimpse at the rankings and seeing like, okay, this team's 1-5, this team's 2-4, and then it always comes down to that as well, is where people start beating each other up, and you kind of go, oh, you know what? What a good spot for this team to just take a W, and the three other division teams just take a loss. And how much the traction just really like a game behind when you're already like down one game is almost like an eternity to some of these teams where they, like you said,
Oh,
you just can't catch up.
yep, yep. Um, big pick, anything for you? I mean, your game was early, so
Yeah, I mean, like Carlos said, it was the ass whooping week, and my game kind of set the tone for the beginning of the ass
yeah,
whoopings.
yeah.
So it was, I think it was the first time in 25 years we had this many blowouts by a certain margin of points. It was some crazy stat out there that there was just a massive flow of blowouts. So hopefully
Blowout City.
we can
That's what
change
happened.
that around this week, make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So overall, we'll go over the numbers if you guys don't have anything else, real quick before we get into week 9. Um, so overall, in the last 8 weeks, the podcast has gone 167 and 118, which leaves us at 58.6%. Still good, not as high as what we'd like it to be or what we had prior. And then last week, or this past week that we just talked about, we're at 50% at 11 and 11. So, there's been some crazy stuff like we just mentioned, and then prior to that, there's a mixture of different teams and like Indiana, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Like no one would have ever thought they were going to be where they're at. I mean, if you did, then much power to you. But I just think like their O-line is so solid, dude. And it's absolutely crazy to even, I mean, I know they had that, but I think just the right quarterback, and I keep talking about it, fitting in the right system, and then maybe even the right coach now at this point. So we'll see. More to come. And NFL Week 9, we're going to go into it now. Thursday night football, Miami versus Baltimore. 7.5 is the spread. I don't know if it moved up or down or any at all because I did this kind of early today since it was really busy for me. But total is over under 50.5. We're going to let the guest of honor, if you have anything on it, Kiev, please let us know.
Is this one where I pick every game, or
Yes,
is
yes.
is
I
is a
mean,
lean okay?
no, no, a lean is totally fine. We always do that. And the guest just gets kind of like the first dibs, if you have anything to say. But as the audience know, they can sign up. They can always sign up at the newsletter at the website, and then you'll get a free newsletter. But we don't really put the guest stuff on there. It's more for the listeners.
Okay, well, here's my thoughts. I think the Ravens are a force right now. I bet them a few weeks ago to win the division, plus 185. Now that they're actually favored, Steelers finding a very tough schedule, in the Ravens smell blood. They smell weakness. They're getting everybody back. And I think people do not understand that while Lamar is massive, Roquan Smith on the defense is massive. As a former Bear, he was the one I wish that we never lost. He's been worth every penny of that 20 million a year they've been paying because he changes that defense completely. Miami's not going to be able to run the ball. They're not going to be able to use those gadget plays that they did against Atlanta's soft coaching. I think that the Ravens are going to come in full force here. And now that they're healthy, they're going to feel motivated and they're going to come in and win this game. I liked it at seven. At 7.5, numbers matter to me. I think it's more of a lean at seven
Mhm.
and a half, but it would
Yeah.
not shock me if the Ravens come in and take care of business now and through most of the season. They really have a great schedule coming up. And if you look at the NFC North, which they still have to play most of those games, Pittsburgh's not in anything, especially on the secondary and the defense. Cincinnati's banged up, and offensive line is absolutely horrible. And Cleveland's Cleveland. They're going to win the division here, and they might even get themselves, you know, to a higher seed in the playoffs. I think Baltimore is the correct choice. Probably a
Yeah.
good teaser leg, lean at 7.5.
Yeah. Oh, great. I agree with you. I like the Edgar Allan Poe approach to it. Just because it's the Ravens and it's fall. It's also Halloween coming up, so I think it all comes together with my narrative piece of when I pick a team. And Baltimore has been actually one of my favorite teams to pick in Circa Millions for the past, you could say 8 weeks. I didn't pick them. I did pick them last week, actually. So, see, like I said, it's just they always end up in the right place for me. And usually it's winning. I don't think, and I can look back and let the audience know. But I also like the under 51 in this. I don't know exactly why, but I feel like my lean on the under 51 is because I just don't think Miami can score on Baltimore's defense. Even though it looks like there's a couple holes in there, it might, like you said, people are back. Um, and it's just this game is for Baltimore. They have the better coach, like we talked about in the beginning of the podcast. So I think the guys agree. Um, Prado, you agree. Obviously, you're wearing the jersey there.
Oh yeah, he's also my quarterback in fantasy. I've been waiting for him to come back. You hit it right on the dot. You said you got plus 180. I saw it at plus 160, and I was scratching my head going, wow, this team is 1-5, and somehow they're catching plus 160. Terrible value, right? And then all of a sudden, I was kind of bringing up that point, every team lost in the division except Pittsburgh had their little fancy Sunday night football, and then with them losing was just a cherry on top. Baltimore's now, like he said, it's in a favored division, and everyone's kind of beat each other up. So it's like, here you go, Baltimore. We already got our ass whooped. Come
Yep.
and give it, come and give it to us. It's like the big brother comes in the room, and these guys are just the little brothers.
Yeah. Uh, Mr. Big Pick, what are we doing? What are you doing?
We're going with Baltimore as well here. I just don't think that this is a good spot for Miami, especially after they come off blowing out, as Keith would said, Raheem Morris coach team. So don't like it for Miami. I think the Miami era is coming to an end slowly, and McDaniel will be another one to get picked off as a fired coach this year.
Yep. Yep. And he thought he was safe until Thursday night football, huh? All
And
right.
then it was Halloween, trick or
Yeah,
treat,
and then it was
bitch.
Halloween trick or treat. Or trick or get fired. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I do think that Caleb's going to be joining soon, so I'll move back if I have to. But he also is on Baltimore, so I think I could say and play it safe that the podcast is pretty much all on Baltimore. Chicago versus Cincinnati. Threes the spread, totals over under 51 and a half. Kiev, this is your team. You're actually there right now, up at the top. Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, which one? Just kidding.
Last week I bet Baltimore against my team, and this week I'm betting on my team against the Bengals. This spread is wrong. Look, there's probably a 5 to 6 point drop from Joe Burrow to Joe Flacco, maybe even more. But going from Joe Flacco to Browning is at least 4 points. This spread moved a half a point when Joe Flacco was announced most likely not playing this game. It's not looking like he's going to play because he has an AC joint problem. Well,
Mm.
if he does play, that's still a bad thing because he has an AC joint problem. He's injured. And so the Bears are on the comeback here. There is absolutely a massive mismatch because Zach Taylor is a terrible coach. He's held this team back for years. He's held Joe Burrow back. This offensive line's banged up. Their best pass rusher, Trey Hendrickson, is banged up as well. I think the
Mhm.
Bears win by margin here. I'm happy with laying the 3 on the road. There's also going to be a lot of Bears fans in Cincy where it's not that far of a travel. So, in my opinion, the Bears are live, and I'll take them -3.
Nice. I don't like betting on the Bears, but damn, you convinced me almost to do it. They've always been my
Almost do.
kryptonite, but maybe I'll just take it because you're my friend. You know what I mean?
Hey, don't waste money on me if you
I'll
think you're
just throw
wasting
the
it. But
dart right there. Like, damn it, I knew not to bet on them. I'm just kidding. But let's see. Caleb wants to take the over on this one. I don't think Big Pick and Prado have anything. Maybe they're thinking about it. I see Prado's it's grayed out there, but the over is 51 and a half, and I think
I,
Caleb.
I mean, I could get behind Kiev and on that one pretty easily because Browning has not been impressive
No,
whatsoever, other than the
no,
second half against the Jags. He's been a
no.
complete dumpster fire all year. So,
Yeah,
And
he's just running around real quick there.
And according to the standings right there, if with Pittsburgh's schedule, Cincinnati's schedule, and Cleveland on the shelf, again, this just boost Baltimore so high up there right now with this W and those teams losing. Or I would say the team's taking care of business so that they can
Yeah,
get to that part.
yeah. Well, I mean, Give makes a great analysis on it, and you can really find that on his show as well. I really enjoyed being on it, and it's just like he's got all this stuff down, and I'm like, man, he's spitting some real game right now,
I
you
didn't
know?
actually know about the AC joint. I didn't know it was that serious.
Yeah. All right. We'll go to our game, which I have zero betting because I cannot put any more emotion into this fucking team of mine. 49ers versus the New York Giants. I know Cam Scadaboo was, I mean, we didn't talk about that on the takeaways, but he's one of my running backs in fantasy. I'm just devastated, obviously. I was told at the Circa that it wasn't that bad until
ooh,
obviously I saw it was
Are you
that
kidding
bad.
me? It was
it was that
Yeah.
bad.
And a lot of the athletes were like, "Oh yeah, they could just pop it back in and blah blah blah, blah." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I really
This isn't
was
a
like,
shoulder or
it's
an elbow. This
wiggly.
is an ankle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like, it's
pointing the other
wiggly.
direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was weird too. They kept it on there a little too long, if you ask me.
I think
Yeah,
it's
when he was
almost as bad as
rocking back and forth
Yeah, I
and you
was
can see
like,
his foot
bro,
pointing the other way, I was like,
cut,
oh, that's
cut the
tough.
screen.
I think it's almost as bad as Tyreek's, but I mean, it was bad.
Yeah,
Tyreek's was bad,
it was
but
pretty bad.
yeah. So I have zero betting on this, but I know you said, or Kiev, you have anything before I talk to the biased 49er fan on the show the other week?
Uh, teaser leg for the Giants. The
Mm,
Niners don't need to win by margin. You know, it's funny. Is Brock Purdy ever coming back? Does it
I don't
matter?
know.
I don't know. I think I personally think that he's a little bit better than Mac Jones, you know. But is he with an injured team? I don't know. Yeah, it sucks for Scadaboo. I think the team rallies behind, almost Scadaboo in a way that they just try to win
Want
one
to.
anyway.
Yeah.
I can see the Giants fading out after this week. I don't know if they beat the Niners. I think they keep it within 8.5. So I'm going to use this as a teaser leg. I will say that they do have the best official for a home field at this, which is Hussey. He is
Mm,
62% against the spread for home teams. I always keep stats on the officials, so
love it.
I,
Oh
I
wow.
have to disclose that. But
I just
I
thought of your nickname on my show, obviously, because you have your own show, but it's the official stat man.
the
Okay,
official
the
stat man.
official. You get it?
If
Because you're always
yeah,
going to have the stat on the official.
I never want to be associated with officials. Just to let you
I love it.
But there is some home winners out there, and I'm not saying that you only factor that in as one thing, like a trend. It doesn't work every time, right? But
Yeah.
it's worth mentioning. But yeah, I think the Giants rally around Tracy, their other running back, and he does pretty well. I do like Jackson Dart, but the fact that they are just kind of all their talents dying away, I'm going to be fading the Giants, just not necessarily this week. Niners probably should be upset about that loss. Probably travel back home too, though. There's no reason to stay on the east side if you're just going to Houston. It's kind of in the middle of the country. I feel like unless you guys know better.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I think Kittle needs to be more involved in this
Yes.
offense. He wasn't, he hasn't done a lot since he came back, and I mean CMC is going to be used a lot, as you know. I still think the Niners' offensive line is somewhat intact. It's just that defense you got to worry about a little bit. I like the teaser leg, and that's it.
Okay. Yeah, good enough. And look who joined us, Mr. Caleb.
I'm
Hey,
here. I made it.
hey, thanks for coming
Fuck
on.
yeah, dude.
I know you were busy with the other show, so I appreciate it. We appreciate it. You know Kiev already, guest of honor today
Yeah.
this week.
Yep.
What's up, Caleb?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, no, we were just talking about the Niners versus the New York Giants, and Mr. Prado the Pointer, as biased as you can be, go ahead and let them know what we're taking here or what you're taking at me.
Believe it or not, I've actually am a big fading of the Niners a lot, and I just don't explore the options of t saying it, or when it happens, it happens. But in this spot, it's just I date it back to 2 games ago. The New York Giants are playing out of this world. Everyone was jumping on them. They had an absolute meltdown in Denver, which actually really helped me out. And ever since that game, that's when the chase will go. It's like you saw it with Philly. I think this is a good spot for them here. As you would state, you got a better coach. I know we do get an offensive lineman back, which we do need. And I think, picked up a couple guys off the street just to actually put bodies on the field for
Not off the
defensive linemen.
street. Jesus.
Literally off the street. We
Of
made
San
a trade today
Francisco.
with New England for one of their players, and anything right now can just help out. It just comes down to that. I think Scattaboo, he's good. I liked him in college. I used to bet him in college. But one thing I've noticed for years, and I've been saying this and preaching this, and one of your co-partners that we
Co-host?
met,
Co-host?
yeah, he made. I told him this. I never ever pick a rookies in fantasy because they never ever like get to that point. It just sucks. Like there's so much hype around them, and then they're out there playing. You're just like, oh, now, granted, this was a nasty injury, but it just follows that weird trend. And I think that kind of hurt their team like spiritually. And it's just like it hurts. Like that's your
I
kind of
mean,
like your
our team's
mascot.
hurt. My spirit's been hurt since the last fucking Super Bowl, so that doesn't count. You know what I
So
mean?
I see two banged up teams here.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's for
no,
sure.
100%.
Handicaps.
Like you said, I'm taking Kyle over Dayball any day.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good one.
Fair.
That's a good one.
That's why I'm not taking the side right now. I do think,
Teaser is a good.
yeah, I tease it. Maybe win between 3 and 8. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you get a
Yeah,
better chance.
yeah,
All right. Nothing for Big Pick and Caleb. I don't see anything, so we're
Nope.
gonna move on. Atlanta versus the Patriots. Good entry, Mr. Caleb, because this is your team. But
Yeah.
I won't we gotta let Kiev go first if he
Yeah,
has
you're
anything
good.
on it. 5.5 is the spread, totals over under 45. Are you taking anything? Are you thinking about it?
yeah. It's funny, and this is not like a revenge angle or anything, but a lot of money came in on the Atlanta. It was at 6.5, and it got knocked down to 5.5, and that's when I became a buyer on the Patriots.
Mhm.
There's a couple things. It looks like Penix is probably going to play. I'm guessing London's going to play, so people think they're going to be back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, normal what? Normal. We're going to not be able to call plays. We're not going to be able to
Yeah.
actually have a scheme going. It's still Raheem Morris out there, and
It's
you got to
still that, coach.
it's also home road splits. Atlanta is freaking bad on the road, and they're great at home. They beat the Buffalo Bills at home, minus last week, right? And then they're losing their games on the road, games they shouldn't lose. They got blown out against Carolina 30-0
I
with
know.
Penix, and that was with a very healthy team. This is
Mhm.
just the yin and yang on this team. And you look at the Patriots, they're motivated, they're healthy. Drake May's playing great right now. They have talent. They have a better coach in Vrabel. It's kind of a coach first coach, and now I'm getting below 6. I had to
Yeah.
take it because my numbers say it should be higher. My numbers have this about 7 or 8 point spread. I took the minus 5.5. I think I don't believe a lot in these contrarian money plays that come in. I think they're losers in many cases. I think they're a loser this week. I'll take it at 5.5, minus 5.5.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But Caleb, I'm gonna let you go first because this is your team and I know you're taking the same way.
Yeah, I'm with him too. I think New England is the hot pick right now. It's almost like, all right, when are we coming back down to earth? You know what I mean? It's like, is this the week? But I think it's probably going to be next week against Tampa Bay. I think, yeah, I pretty much. I mean, the only thing I would keep an eye on is Ramondre Stevenson's a non-participant in practice today. So that was the only thing I'd keep an eye on with New England is how depleted is that running back room going to be? I really like Travion Henderson, but he hasn't played a whole lot this year.
The rookie
But
that was supposed to be absolutely lights out, that
you know
guy,
what though? They do that. They've always done that. They draft
every
a
year.
guy and then they stash him, and then the
Mhm.
next year he played. They did the same thing with Stevenson, and Stevenson's
Mm.
been a starter for like 10 years
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Um, fucking feels
Feels like
like it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he never goes away.
I know.
No. He's going to be averaging that 3.5 yards a carry until he's 45 years old. Okay. What are you can look
Um,
it up? It's what he averages. But no, I think the running back room's a little depleted. But with the way Drake May's playing right now, um, I don't know how much they need him. I think it's kind of the running. We're back to the old school New England Patriots, man, where the run game's like supplementing the passing game. They don't need it, but it's a nice little feature, and they're
mhm.
throwing a little underneath
Benefit.
stuff. And Kayshawn Booty's turned into a stud. Where did that guy come out of no,
Booty. That's
just
a
nowhere?
great
I
fantasy
He
bought,
name.
came
dude.
from a good organization,
I
that's
bought
why.
I bought my dog a booty jersey the other day, dude. I'm fucking all in on the booty. All right,
Yeah.
That's,
All in on the booty.
and it feels like we're gearing up to make a move. We dumped Kyle Duggar's contract, and then we gave you guys Keon White. Have fun with that. You're going to hear for the next 4 years about how much potential he has because that's all they ever talk about, and he never does anything. And then so it feels like they're gearing up to make a move. They might Jordan Addison's the name I'm seeing thrown around, so we'll see.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pats smashing the Pats. I do like the over too. I feel like that's a really low score.
That's what I'm trying to stay. Well, I like that. I like the Pats on the over as soon as I saw this. That's why I agreed so much with you and
I
Kiev.
heard Keon White needed an actual good coach to get the best out of him. That's what I heard.
That's what it is. Yeah,
You
he's
know
still
what's
gonna
funny
be
about the
looking for one.
Patriots?
Yeah.
Their rush EPA is only 31st in the league. It's like, that was one of the reasons I didn't take him in Survivor last week, but it didn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they're getting around it anyway.
Yeah.
I do think Travion Henderson's a beast, and I think he's going to sh put a show up this week.
I'm wondering when he shows up.
If
This
this will
week,
be the
Week
week to
eight.
do it.
this week.
This week. Watch him show up this
I
week.
know 8 weeks in, you're just like, is this guy ever going to show up? He was the hottest
He
ticket
was.
about being somebody.
I could have told you this, dude. They do this every time they draft a running back. They stash him for a year and then they unleash him the next year.
Yeah.
They've
Brado
just
said that actually Junkins is a better running back, by the way.
maybe.
Well, I think better late than never.
I think okay, so here's the thing with
Oh.
Judkins. I think Judkins may be the better all-around running back, but I think Henderson fit what they wanted to do with him more. They wanted a guy they could throw the ball to out of the backfield,
Yeah.
not a guy that was going to, take the ball 25 times a game.
Yeah. I mean, you make a good
And
point.
stash him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
and not
you
use them.
say,
Yeah, they got Antonio Gibson for that this year. Hey, the last running back they played fresh out of college was Lawrence Maroney, and we all saw that guy was working security at a gas station in Denver. So,
Jesus. Really?
yeah, there's a
My
video
God.
of it.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Sad.
All right.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to the next game since it's just us three that had something on that. The other guys didn't. Indiana versus Pitt. This is the one I was talking about. Was Pitt looking ahead because Indiana's the hottest fucking team right now, pretty much in the NFL. Kiev, what do you think of this? The spread is 3 and the total is over under 50.5, which is really high for a Pittsburgh game.
It's high for a Pittsburgh game, but that Pittsburgh's defense is pretty bad. Indianapolis is playing some great ball on the offensive side. They haven't really had to really have a defense yet. I don't think it's Pittsburgh's defense that's going to slow them down, really. I'm kind of looking at the over myself in this game. I know it's high for a Pittsburgh game in general, but
Yeah.
the weather is looking like it's cooperating. I need Aaron Rodgers to score at least 20 points. I feel like they should be able to get 20 against the Colts defense. The Colts defense actually, believe it or not, ranks lower. The Colts are number 1 in EPA on offense, all right, in the whole league. Jonathan Taylor is an absolute beast. One of my good things coming out of my Badgers, feel good thing because they suck at football this year. But I just look at this Colts defense and it feels a little fugazi to me.
Yeah.
They're 17th in rush EPA. They're not that great against the pass, and other teams are scoring on them, but they just happen to put up a lot more points. So I kind of like the over.
Yeah, and what about but with Pitt when the last game, obviously that night game, oh my God, it was kind of disgusting. But do you guys think they need like another receiver other than DK?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, damn, dude, what's going on? So hopefully they get something going out of someone. I know Rodgers can make someone look really good, and can make a player, any receiver, but it's like we need somebody on that team to really step up, to put some points up as well, other than just DK and himself and whoever else they've got. And is Freiermuth hurt?
He
No, he's
did.
just not a good player, and
He just
everyone
sucks.
makes. Yeah, thank you.
He
They
got hurt
highlight
though.
him as he's good.
No, he got
Every year.
hurt. I think
Every year.
Right? Thank you.
I think it's his hamstring.
It doesn't matter. He sucks.
His pride.
You're so funny. Oh man. All right. So big pick. You like Indy in this one. And the line is weird, by the way, too. 3? Like, come on.
It is a really weird line. The Indianapolis is only favored by 3.
Hmm.
You gotta. They're the hot team. Like they're the hot hand this whole year.
Why
I
do you
just
want to
feel
go
like
go against, is what you're saying? Why do you want to go?
yeah, and Ursay's daughter being on the sideline writing down notes. It's just a great
It's
narrative that's
crazy.
going
She has
on.
red eyes
There we go.
from
There we
fucking
go.
thinking. You know what I
Demons.
mean?
Yeah, she's wearing the little headset and fucking writing her little fucking diary and shit about the team and asking questions. Really involved with the organization. It's just it looks like Indy's headed in the right direction. And
Micromanagement.
yeah, and Mike Tomlin is just like even my good buddy who we all know Al Vital. He's sick of it and he's loved Mike Tomlin for years. He said
Mhm.
it's time. It's time. It's the
Yeah.
same old Steelers, just
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
terrible, 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 terrible execution on offense and mediocre defense and get lucky on special teams. And you have the best pass rusher arguably in the league, and that's about it.
It's kind
You
of
know,
just time to make a change.
you notice how Tomlin really hasn't done shit since all of Bill Cowher's players left?
Yeah.
So, was that 20 years now?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting that he's been there for so long. I know they don't let people go like that, but like it's definitely time to change with the times.
Yeah,
They're
any other
com
organization, this guy would have been
He
launched
gone.
4 years ago.
they're
Yeah.
competitive. Yeah, he won him a Super Bowl 17 years ago.
Yeah.
17 years ago.
That's older
And
than my oldest child, so that's kind of
yeah,
weird.
And yet we still believe in him, right?
Yeah, or
every
the
year.
What
Well,
was
idiot.
that? Two,
they're
that was the last one
competitive.
against the Cardinals, right? That was
Hmm.
the Super Bowl he won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Marvin Lewis effect, dude. He puts together a decent team and they can just never get over the hump. It's the same
Yeah, the
thing.
Bengals
Well,
for
it's
years
coming
did
up for
that.
Kyle too. You
Well,
just
well, this is a
watch.
funny stat. Jordan Love was #1 against the blitz. What did Tomlin do? Blitzed almost every freaking time last
My
game.
God. My
I
God.
mean, it's like does he look at anything advanced, any metric out
Yeah.
there? I don't think he does at all.
No, I think he just
No.
I think he just does the same old thing. And
With the Pittsburgh Steelers.
but it brings up a good point in everything that we've already talked about. Like the lady of Indiana, she wants to make moves and changes versus a team that has a coach that does is opposed to that because he thinks what he's doing is still working,
Dude,
which it isn't.
that's just all in Mike Tomlin, man. He
Yeah.
thinks he's going to be the one to buck the trend.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Prado, you like the over as well with Kiev. Sorry, I forgot to see. I didn't see that. My bad.
Beginning of the year, I said that all these under trends were gonna all get kicked out. There's no such thing. I thought Pittsburgh is such an over team. The reason why is because I actually thought their offense would score a little bit more than usual.
Just don't have it.
I knew that their defense would kind of break a little bit, but not break like this. I mean, this was something else. But the narrative was week one versus the Jets. It just showcased right then and there, like anyone can run and throw on this team. I mean, Fields looked like he was mini Lamar, and I would be the first one to admit, I was like, is that a mini Lamar team over there? And look at them, 1-7. So it's just a bad team, bad organization, bad coaching, and then so I guess we would. It's funny to say this. So is Sykin the better coach than Tomlin here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
mean, he has all the tools. You also are a better coach because you have tools. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Indianapolis is on a tear, and I don't want to get in their way. And if you get in their way, guess what happens? You get 142 piece on the ground from Mr. Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
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 Here's JT. I'm here to
Yeah,
ram it up your ass. Good
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Carolina versus Green Bay, and Green Bay just had put on something for us against Pitt, the last team we just talked about. 13 is the spread, totals over under 44. Kiev, do you have anything on this game at all? Or a lean, whatever.
No.
I want no part of
yeah,
it. Is there anything-
confused.
I'm not going to waste my breath. Pass.
Okay, anyone else? Because I don't have anything. I'm just
The,
like,
the only thing I could say is that Green Bay with these large spreads tends to play down to their
crazy.
competition,
Yeah.
and Carolina could be live for that 13.
Is Bryce Young playing?
I think so.
Okay.
I
We
was
we
looking
think
into,
so.
yeah.
He's practice limited. He's trending towards
If
in.
he plays, this is live bet.
Well,
100%.
he lost some offensive lineman. Another
Oh,
got out for the year, so he's going to be running for his life against Rashawn Gary and Michael
oh
Parsons.
yeah, Michael
Is
So
Micah
that's not.
Parsons good?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, he's making
knock on
sure
his
he
door and
is.
ask him, "Hey, you good?"
Yeah, just to show off. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll move on. Next game. Minnesota versus Detroit. 9 is the spread. Totals over under 48. All right, Kiev, Minnesota, Detroit.
Yeah, this nine, it's mostly 8.5 in some of the books, but teaser
Mhm.
protection on some books are putting it at 9. I
Yeah.
understand it's a great teaser leg. I don't think that I'm thinking JJ McCarthy's probably a bust. They've had him on the shelf for a long
Same.
time, and it's like
Yeah.
they're babying him almost too much. It's like you missed the whole year last
Too
year. Yeah,
much catering. Yeah.
your ankle hurts a little bit, dude. I mean,
Get out there.
You're gonna let Carson Wentz play a couple games. Ugh. You know, it. I'm not sure if he's that good, and maybe he's just not ready yet. And I'm a little bit more impatient than patient as I used
Mhm.
to be. I think that the Lions could get a lot of margin here. You remember what happened last year when the Lions played them in a big game to win the division and
Yeah.
become the top seed in the NFC. The Lions went and just destroyed them. And I don't think this Vikings defense has been leaking. Now they did get some guys back, but it didn't matter last week because the Chargers just did what they want with them. Um, it's a it's past the 7. I don't like that. I wish it
I
was
don't
at
like it
7. I
either.
would bet the Lions, but I do think there could be a little bit of life and some division fire into these Vikings. I'm not playing the
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
but I would lean slight lean to the Lions, but not much.
Yeah. It could turn out to be, I don't know, a little dramatic. They have it in them, but I don't want any part of it right now. You know what I mean? None of
Yeah.
this Minnesota moody team.
You got
And
Jefferson and Addison can bail them out. Sometimes McCarthy
100%.
just needs to throw the ball near them and they can get that back door. They're
If you
down
can get it.
13,
Yeah.
14. There it hits the spread.
And that's when you start going, why did I even fucking do this? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Um, all right. Caleb, you like Minnesota for
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Yeah, that's a big spread. Give me the Minnesota upset with Detroit having a letdown coming off the bye week. So
okay. And then Prado, Detroit -9. This is gonna be them walking all over them.
I'm the first to say that the Lions, I like them better than Green Bay. I think they've been a little bit disrespected. They did have an amazing year last year with the 96 people they had on IL. They have a, they're just a look at it like this. They have a good coach. The guys rally behind him. I don't know if you guys watched this. JJ McCarthy can't throw to the left. Have you guys even picked up on that? Have you seen anything about that?
No,
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
so
that's kind of weird.
okay,
Flacco
well,
used
Is
to
he
be
like
like that.
Zoolander or something? Can't turn left?
yes, it's funny you say that. That's the exact
That's
it's I
funny.
start looking at this, I think, versus the Atlanta game, and there's a big segment online that they literally are calling him out saying he cannot throw to the left. So that's why I feel he's been sitting down. And that's a really valid point that I've been saying this. There's not good quarterbacks out there, and if Mr. Wentz is starting over you, there's something that they're trying to hide.
Yeah.
So go look it up. JJ McCarthy cannot throw to the left. There's just a list of things. And if Detroit just makes him throw to the left, guess what? They will absolutely run this kid out of the stadium.
That is wild, if
Yep.
that's true.
I've been doing this homework on him, and I was just like kind of dumbfounded. I was like, is this real? And they
Yeah.
have stats and plays that literally show that he struggles in that way.
Wow. Maybe
Mhm.
that's something he should just fucking work on. You have a whole fucking segment that you can't throw to the left. Start fucking doing it and seeing
Well,
if
they say
something
he has
can
very
catch
bad
for you.
footwork. That's why he likes to take off and run.
That's weird.
That's his A game.
Okay, well then the book is definitely out on him if that really is what the book is. You know what I mean? Because we
Hmm.
always say there's books out on certain quarterbacks that you can just predict unless they change the game.
Do you think he didn't play last week because he was playing against Harbaugh, his old coach?
Maybe, yeah, that has a
Interesting.
lot
They
to
didn't
do.
what? Jim
Wow.
didn't embarrass him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a weird dynamic. It was like they won the national championship together.
Yeah, maybe he just knows him and was like, dude, I'll annihilate.
Carson Wentz has had a freaking torn shoulder, man. They threw him
I
out there
know.
anyway and said, "Get your
They
ass out
said go
there."
die. I
That's
was like, damn.
terrible.
That's how bad JJ really
It
is. Like, see what
really
I'm
is
saying?
then. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. I
I
just
know.
thought
I like that you
yeah,
said that though, because I didn't even think about it till you actually said it, Kia. Wow.
weird.
You very.
I'll look I mean, if the book's out on throwing left, then geez, yeah, he better fix it, right, Katie?
Dude, yeah, he should. I mean, you're getting paid, or I mean, you may not be getting paid, but you're in the NFL, so fuck it.
Watch, just put it in there. Can he throw left? And there's just the
He should
largest
just
segment of it.
he should just have Chat GPT pulled up and said, "Well, how do I fix my footwork? Because I can't
Uh,
go left." Um, all right, let's go on. Let's go on. Denver versus Houston. 1.5 is the spread. Totals over under 39.5, which is very interesting to me, because they're supposed to both have really good defenses, and sometimes this number goes over when it's two defenses, because a lot of times it's under. Kiev, what do you like in this, or do you like anybody in this?
The books are going to need Houston. All right. This line stinks. All
It
right.
does.
-1.5. People are going to be like, Denver all day. It's just, they're just begging you to bet Denver here. I don't know. I will say that I do have an algorithm that's pretty good with the spreads, and it says Houston's a 3-point favorite in this game. And I think it's because they're just so damn efficient on defense. It's hard to get there because Houston's offensive line is freaking putrid. They
oh,
did.
it's atrocious. It's bad.
It is. I think maybe they got a little bit better on the bye, or maybe the Niners just ran out of pass rushers. You guys probably watched that full game. I couldn't watch the full game. I
I
was at my
couldn't.
son's baseball tournament. I had like the red zone on the side, right? But
Yeah.
you tell me because I don't know how the heck they were able to just control the time of possession so long in that game.
Well, their defense was suffocating in the first half. They didn't even have a first down in the first half, right? The Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
they did because remember they scored
I
a
think we got
Oh,
touchdown.
at
one.
the end, at the very end,
Yeah.
until that last drive, they didn't even have a first down.
We finally got our first pick in 19 games, though.
Yeah, there was a bonehead play where he picked it, should have went down,
Just so
would have
you
set up,
know,
would have set up for a
Stormy
field
B
goal.
did came to the booth, and I had a great conversation with her. She didn't know that our own team was 0 on 19 for picks. Crazy. And then we
Yeah.
finally got it. But yeah.
Were you at the game?
No, I was at the Circa.
Oh, she came to your booth there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Not
know
not yeah. I wish I had a booth at
I know she does some games. I know college
yes.
maybe.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean so basically my whole point is I'm kind of confused on it. I'm not going to take Denver. I think the books want people to bet Denver and they want yeah, I feel like they need Houston, so I'm staying away.
Okay. None of the guys have it except for Prado. But actually, Prado likes Denver money line and the under 39.5.
I'll give you a reason. My friend actually brought this up. He's very interesting when it comes to these little small things. He'll say when Bo Nix was on the road versus the Colts, the first thing he said is Bo Nix should never be a favorite to nobody. Like, and I'm like, geez, like, and he's like, trust me, just think about that. And then what you just said, which kind of makes a little, he would be happy with this. Now Bo Nix is not a favorite, and he's a dog, and he's at Houston, so it's exactly where it's technically supposed to be. And one thing about CJ is if you attack him from the sides, which the Niners couldn't, and it was sad. There was just one play where the guy was going to get him, and he grabs his ankle, and he's pretty much cooked at that point. And CJ finds an open man. Barrios last game, I
Oh my
could
God,
have,
he looked like Wes Welker.
yeah, he looked like Cooper Cup. I was like, why is this guy unstoppable on third downs?
Braxton Berrios?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
hurt, ain't he?
Well, he was
he
He was
wasn't there
looking like
last
he
week.
wasn't.
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
he was
fucking running on the
He's
field naked.
limited in practice. He had a chest injury.
okay, and he was their best catcher. And all I saw last week was like give a good defense against Houston because Houston's defense is going to do what it's supposed to do.
So Denver
Eventually,
has it.
eventually they
Well,
start wearing down, and Houston's hole is you could run on this on their defense.
You can.
Nico Collins should be back, and he's supposedly better than Barrios. I mean, you'd think so. He's their stud there. But also, Denver was a 3-point favorite last week, and I bet on them, and they smoked the Cowboys.
Smoked.
So Knicks was a favorite last week.
No, no, oh no, only on the road.
On
Remember,
the
Oh,
road,
on the
road.
on the
Okay,
road.
road.
Oh.
road.
Yeah,
Very
All
different
right,
on the road.
all right, all right. Important caveat.
Yeah.
Yes. You didn't mention that. All right. I don't have anything. None of the guys, like I said, have anything. But we're going, and this is shocking, Brad. You don't have anything on this one, huh?
I
Chargers
mean, what do you want me
versus
to put? Minus 12 and a half, 14 and a half?
yeah,
I mean, if we lose to this team, fucking, that's just terrible.
Chargers versus Tennessee.
Disaster.
9.5 and total over under 43.5. Kiev, I mean, Chargers, Tennessee, what is there to talk about here? You know what I mean?
I lean the Chargers. I'm passing the game. I just think, Chargers probably pretty fat and happy after last week too. And the Titans are I don't know what you're going to get out of the Titans. One thing I will say is the Chargers start beating them. I will live bet the Chargers because I think the Titans will have quit in them. Their coach has been gone for weeks now.
Yeah.
They that bump no
Yeah.
more. The Titans are a terrible team. Massive coaching advantage to the Chargers. I'm gonna lean the Chargers. Chargers another
Yeah.
great teaser leg
Yeah.
for me.
Rookie
It's just
quarterback,
yeah, teaser
fucking
leg for sure.
everything lines up.
Yeah. I like teaser leg too on this one. Um, and then I don't know anything on the total, but obviously if you're gonna have a beatdown, it's gonna be under unless they go over themselves. So yeah. All right, next few games, there's nothing on them for the guys, but I will ask our guest of honor. Jacksonville versus Las Vegas. Again, 3, and then totals over under 44.5. I don't have anything on this because I don't want anything to do with this misery.
I don't want anything to do with it either. It's both teams that are, we don't know. I think Liam Cohen is a good coach. I think he's going to be. I can't prove it yet though.
There's
Yeah.
potential. There's
And,
potential.
and I know what, the Raiders are with their old coach there. And it's just, the Raiders are desperate. I think they might actually finally have a home field advantage in Vegas now against the Jaguars. It's a line that's probably correct. I don't why would you bet into something that's probably correct? But I also see a highly variant game too. It wouldn't shock me if either team won by margin.
Yeah, yeah. It's unpredictable for sure on this one. I just don't think Mark Davis really cares about what's going on with the team right now. He's happy flappy with the hockey team as well as the WNBA team that won their third championship, where he gets a lot of the entertainment money from and for him to give control a little bit to Tom Brady and not really care about what's going on right now. Maybe next season it is what it is. That's how I feel on that on Las Vegas.
I think Caleb would actually appreciate this. Is Tom Brady a Michael Jordan of these owners?
What do you mean? Has he been
What do you mean?
suspended for gambling and
No. What I mean is
Like
that Michael
baseball?
Jordan was this elite player, hence Tom Brady, an elite player, and
Garden owner?
he goes and coaches or owner. He's the owner now, and it's funny. The Raiders just absolutely are terrible.
Yeah.
They're bad.
And we could go and say, well, Tom had some indication on the draft. Tom had some insight on the coach.
Well,
Tom, and you know
maybe
what? So
he's
far,
trying. He's
it
trying. It's just not
has
enough.
not worked out.
Yeah. Or how about he's putting in some money and Mark Davis is like, sure, I'll take your money. I don't care. You gonna fucking
Tom looks
care?
like a pride guy, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you think
that's
that
what
guy
it is,
likes
at
to
least.
lose?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least he has somebody that cares, is what I'm saying. It's like if Mark doesn't care, then why not Tom? You
I
know?
know
Still
Tom was kind of,
commentating, right?
Huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is. He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a conflict of whatever, but
Well, that's why he doesn't do his games.
He
See?
can't do Raider
man.
games.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, next, New Orleans versus the Rams. Someone put Rams, but then I think they deleted it. Or no, maybe it was Survivor. 14 is the spread. Totals over under 44. Kiev, anything on this one?
Um, I don't like Tyler Shuck. Like
Mm.
I said, he's going to shuck it all up. And I just think the Rams are just coming off the bye in a home run spot. And that's why you're seeing a 2 touchdown spread here. Maybe they feel sorry for him at the end, but when there's a total of 43, kind of lower total, and you're
Hmm.
laying points, you always got to be careful with that.
For sure.
You can't do nothing with the Rams, but if I had Survivor, they'd probably be my Survivor pick this week, but wah wah wah, don't
I
have it.
know. I know. Who put Rams in there? Did you?
No, I'm smoked in my main entry, Kiev, but
But we have some group
I
ones.
have stake in 3 other entries that have a really good path right now, and it was either between the Chargers or the Rams. And I was
Okay,
like, in this
a
case,
circa one, you mean? A circa
Yeah.
yeah,
one?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
It's like
Okay.
a
I'm in,
group.
I'm in some other smaller survivors, but that's cool. And The chart, I would go with the Rams myself, but just because they're at home and they're off the bye. I
Yeah.
mean, that's two
Yeah.
key things for me.
Yeah.
And going against this rookie quarterback in this case.
Yeah, it's a great situation because they're both going against rookies, but Shuck is terrible, man.
Terrible.
Terrible.
I think they just draft poorly over in New Orleans. I mean, Derek Carr wasn't any good anyway, but he at least spared the team the money by retiring. It's too
Yeah.
bad Carson Wentz didn't do that, or
Have you seen his famous play?
Jesus, or Kirk Cousins for Christ's
Yeah.
sake.
If that.
He's robbing from them. He's stealing from them.
Yes.
At
He
least
knows
earn
it too.
decency to
Oh, yeah.
retire. But no, this Saints team is smoked. I mean, their offensive line is terrible. They're injured. They're
Can
going
we
to
free some players up maybe too from that organization? I mean, God,
Kamara's
can
being
we?
a fucking bitch about it.
Yeah, he just said straight up, I want to end my career in New Orleans. For what?
Yeah.
Fucking the whole city smells like piss. No
Maybe
offense, New
he's just
Orleans.
saying that because he really does want to, but then,
Well,
Yeah, but it's
Chase Young should be traded maybe to the Niners again. I mean,
fuck it.
you guys need a pass rusher.
I would love Cam Jordan.
Went
Okay,
to Berkeley.
I've been saying that for weeks now. Give me Cam Jordan, please.
Sure.
Even Davis, the linebacker over there at New Orleans, free these guys.
DeMario.
Yeah, I just think that when you have 1 year on your contract and you're on a bad organization, you're just like this in the background. Please, someone can. I'm here.
Yeah,
Call
but
call
they
me.
don't want to. Yeah, they just don't want to. They want to hold. Um, okay, next game, KC versus Buffalo. This is probably the movie everyone's been waiting for. Or that they always wait for, I
I'm
guess,
just going whatever Kiev has.
between these two teams. Two is the spread, totals over under 52.5. Um, this is tough because the last two, normally I would always say Casey, but we'll see what Kiev has to say.
Well, Katie, when I kept this one, I thought of you because you are a narrative better. And I believe a lot in that, especially over the years. I believed a lot more and more into the NFL narratives. And I think that's why you've been pretty dang successful. The
Thank
narrative
you.
here is the Chiefs lose to the Bills in the regular season and win in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Why would they fuck that up? Why would they change that? I mean, why win now so you lose to Buffalo in the
Yeah.
playoffs? I mean, I really believe that. And not just that, Buffalo just had the bye. They got their little warm-up game against a banged-up Panthers team. Short week for the Chiefs. Had it
Mhm.
too easy with the Washington Commanders, but they have one
Way too
less day of
easy.
rest. Josh Allen, after last year's debacle with the spot and all that, they're going to win. The Bills are going to win. Take the points,
At home
and
too.
then yeah, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. Of course, that's completely
That's
different.
different.
But you got to take the Bills in the regular season. It's the narrative play of the week.
Yeah. And as what is it, Mr. Caleb would say, but he's
What do we say happens to
go
the
ahead,
Buffalo in the
Caleb.
playoffs?
Still the Buffalo Bills, man.
They're
Yeah,
still the
still
Bills.
the
The
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bills.
fucking
But
Bills.
you like KC for some reason because you think they're on this
Like,
hot streak,
I
huh?
think I think they're on a hot streak. I think we're gonna see the script flip this week. Normally, yes, Buffalo in the regular season is the safe bet. I think it's a coin toss, and I think it's about time KC gets their due
It's
in the
funny that
regular
it's
season.
it's two too. So they're like, we're
Yeah,
giving you some interest in here.
yeah.
Whoever has the ball last wins the game,
Yeah.
right?
Usually how
Isn't
it
that what
goes.
they say?
Is it an
Yeah.
over kind of game or what do you think?
52.5.
What's the weather?
Yeah, it
Probably
depends.
should be nice.
It's not bad yet there, I don't
Yeah,
think.
I'll tell you,
Buffalo
it's
and
gonna be
If it
38.
was, that under would have been hit by now.
Yeah.
It says
They'd
slight
start
chance of
putting that
rain,
down.
no wind. It's gonna be a little brisk, 42
oh
degrees,
yeah.
Yeah.
afternoon game. Starting to get nighttime in Buffalo where the tables start to break. I think, yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I would bet over if I had to bet the total.
We're gonna see Kelsey start slamming people again and getting mad on the sideline because it's not
Oh,
working out. It's dramatic. Will Taylor be there to support her man?
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? And then I don't even know what else is gonna come out of it. We'll ask maybe Tony George, right, Kiev? Because he's
Tony, good old Tony.
I know.
Speaking of which, it's gonna be 38 degrees when the University
Tony
of
Tony
Spoiled
gets
Children
really
comes.
upset when I talk smack about the Chiefs on Twitter.
Casey.
He gets
Yeah, I know.
pissed.
I know. I love doing it too, though. Um, Brado, you're going with KC. You're going with an old school OG pick, and that's what it is because we always get beat by a KC when we don't pick them.
Yeah, that and I like it for a few other reasons too. I like it in the sense that I personally believe that the Buffalo Bills are a little bit paper tiger this year. Um, I don't think they're as good as people think, but again, that's my opinion. So I'm not high on the Bills this year. Kansas City's had a nice little run right now. They're playing good football. They got all their supporting cast back. Um, Patrick is playing very well, which he wasn't in the beginning of the season. And I was looking at one more
Here's
stat
one thing.
here.
Here's one thing that you made me just realize by saying your sentence, and also combining what Kiev just said. And it's like a woohoo moment for me, I guess, or aha moment. Is that what if it comes down to a kick and Casey's kicker, which we all know has missed a bunch this year, right?
Has
And
he?
Yeah.
then, and then
It's on my team.
or a ton. Sorry, Prado, I didn't even know he was on your team. Maybe he misses it and Buffalo does win because Buffalo's like the good guy now. You know what I mean? And Casey's like the bad guy with all the ref stuff going on. But yeah, see, I'm just
Buffalo's a
saying,
little banged up on defense too. Ed Oliver's still not healthy.
watch it
Matt
really come down to the kick, though. You know what I mean?
Oliver's on
Oh man,
IR. Oliver's on IR, and Damar Hamlin is, but I also don't
and
think Damar was that
Milano.
good.
oh
I think
Milano
Oliver
is.
was good, but they also have some good depth at the defensive line finally. And Matt Milano's back and Bernard's back. So I like their linebackers. It's an interesting game, but
Milano's
wouldn't you rather
questionable.
have two
It's
and a
his
half
tech.
points? Wouldn't you rather have 2.5 points in this game?
Yeah,
1 point game, field goal wins it, you win your bet.
yeah, yeah.
Either side.
That's why I said it.
You
Isn't
know,
it crazy? Because you're
yeah.
like two. What? But yeah.
It's 2.5 at DraftKings right
Oh,
now.
is it? Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I
It'll
mean, that's
probably
another
be
thing. Why are the Bills not favored at home? Like, I don't get it.
because KC just blew out Washington and it's KC
Washington
versus Buffalo.
sucks.
I know.
Because the Bills
Washington.
lost to the Patriots and who
That
else
well,
they
that was
lose?
my other thing is
Falcons.
The Falcons.
if the Bills lose and the Patriots win, the Patriots are on top of the division. Am I wrong?
No, I
They're
think
Ah,
already
you're
on top.
taking the old
Yeah.
script of the rankings report, huh?
Or they're already on top.
They're already on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Of
okay.
the A of
I
the
like the spot.
AFC or the
AFC
division.
East.
East.
Oh, the Patriots
I'll
would
look that
would
up.
jump them, I think, if the Bills lose. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just not
6-2,
Kiev. I'm just
five
not
and
a
two.
big believer on the Bills. It's just when I watch them, I feel like they just get so goddamn lucky every time. Eventually, the no supporting cast other than James Cook is going to catch up with them.
Well,
What's
Pacheco's out too, and I mean, I know Kareem Hunt's
They'll go
awesome.
sign Kareem Hunt. He'll have 3 touchdowns. It's what he does.
That's possible. I
what's
just
the what's
no,
what
they're
were you
not.
gonna
It's Josh Allen is what I'm betting on is the man.
Yeah, no,
He
I
seems
get that.
he seems to make it work without anybody else. He's just that kind of a player, and every player is going to step up for him this game. They're going to kind of
and they're at
rise
home,
above.
right?
And you have to remember Kansas City one less day. Kansas City can't just keep doing this. They're gonna have a hiccup here. Buffalo's at home. Yeah, I'm cool with Buffalo, but it's interesting that we have the opposite opinions here. Um, I I mean it's not like a great like 5-star play. I mean this is not a
No, it's gonna come
freaking
down to
Yeah,
it.
you
I mean
know
it's going to be a bloodbath. Let's be honest.
What's
yeah. Like I
what's
said, last team with the ball wins, right?
The
yeah,
knife
Yeah,
fight.
100%. At least they made that rule up for these two teams. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
in the playoffs, Patrick always has the last, and I guess in the regular season, Josh always has the
Yeah.
last.
What were you saying, Prado? Sorry. I can see that you had to say.
Oh, I was gonna say that Kansas City doesn't play that well on the road. They're 1-2 this year. If you look back at that, you think to yourself, okay, they didn't have this, they didn't have
Jacksonville.
that, but they do play to their opponent's level. The one thing that Buffalo does have, this is where I've kind of watched them, is they have every good team coming to their house, which is a huge advantage. And Kansas City has been kind of, if you think about it, they've been traveling to some of these little homes and haven't really come with the W. So I think it's just one of those things where it's like Kansas City is a monster at home, but then when they get on the road, they start doing stupid shit.
Okay, so are you betting it? That's
Oh,
what
100, I'm 100% know
You had a
I'm going
lot
to
to
be betting this
say,
game.
but I just want to
I
make
know
sure we're not wasting
I know
any.
I'm going to be betting on this game.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. Sunday night. Is this really what Sunday night? This is Sunday night football. Seattle versus Washington. I can't even believe I just said that. Three's the spread, totals over under 48. I thought the game before they were talking about so long is the Sunday night, but I guess not. Um, the only person that has something on this is Big Pig, but Kiev, do you have anything on this? It's Sunday night football.
No, I don't. I know that Washington's banged up again with McLaurin now back on the shelf.
Hmm.
Jaden Daniels is coming back. Washington is in a desperate freaking call the ambulance. We have to win type thing. I mean, they need to do something. But
They need to win. They need to win a
Seattle's
game.
coming off the bye, and Seattle has been freaking dynamite on the road.
Phenomenal.
At home is where Seattle's been messing up, but on the road they've been crushing, man. I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, -3 Seattle is Big Pick Brad's pick.
Yep, I just think this is two teams trending in the wrong direction as far as Washington. Um, they're just not looking like it's going to be their season. Jaden Daniels has been hurt. He's regressed. He's not the fiery freshman he was last year coming
How about
into the
he's not
league.
that good?
I agree.
I've been saying
I,
that for
I
years.
agree. I agree. Seattle's defense, I think, is one of the best in the league.
It is.
McDonald has those guys rallying, and they play extremely well on the road. The best road team. I think they won 9 in a row on the road or 8 in a row on the road. But Seattle is my play here on Sunday Night
Secretly a
Football.
really good defensive team. You're right. I agree.
And JSN, arguably one of my favorite receivers. That guy's a fucking stud.
Mm.
Seattle 6.2 yards per play on the road, 5.9 at home. They are better on the road. Crazy. It's not too often where you see that, once in a while, but after like 7, 8 games, it's like, wow, this team is
The
really,
sample size is there.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Um, all right. I'm gonna move on to Monday Night Football before we close up. Arizona versus Dallas. 2.5 is the spread. Totals over under 54. Kiev, you got anything on this one?
Good teaser leg with Arizona. It's probably Kyler Murray's finally going to play. There's some stuff going on with him, man, and the organization. I'm pretty close to some of the people that work in the Cardinals organization. I have neighbors that work there. You know, the Cowboys great at home, terrible on the road. So it's like, you think Cowboys a little bit, but Arizona's got to save their season too, and I think this is a high total. It's the highest total of them all at 54.5. That worries me a little bit. I'm like, it's a pretty big number to go over. It wouldn't shock me to go over, but uh,
Yeah.
if you're the Cardinals, you don't want to give the Cowboys a lot of possessions because the Cowboys are terrible on D. You want to eat the clock, you want to run the ball. Cardinals, of course, lost a bunch of running backs. DeMarcado should be playing. I like the teaser leg. That's it. No side for me.
Okay. And big pick. You've got Kyler because he's on the road.
No, because
Look
he's
at that.
never lost in AT&T Stadium dating back to high school.
Wow. Love the trend.
And
Nice.
in college,
Yeah.
big
Dating
in
back to high
college.
school, sir. High
Yep.
school, college,
Big
fucking
college games.
PUEs, fucking state championship, fucking
Stop.
He actually was down
Ew.
his senior year. He was down 2 scores in the fourth quarter and made a comeback and got the dub, by the way,
and
when he
get the
was a senior.
60-yard throw.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
oh yeah.
Okay. And that's a big
It's
trend.
Kyler Stadium. It's not AT&T.
It
It's
is.
Kyler Stadium. He owns that fucking place.
Caleb, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I don't have any fun history facts for you, but no, I think the trends are just going the right direction here. Dallas is on the way down. You got Kyler Murray coming back. Arizona's going to get a little bit of a momentum push. I think this is the right time if you're going to bet Arizona at all this season. This is probably the week to do it. So
Okay.
Do you
Yep.
think we get a three if we wait like to Monday? I think we do.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I think there would be enough Dallas money coming in
I
to
think
get a
so
three.
too. And then even they can also what do you call it? Score. I mean, obviously not against the fucking team that they played last week because Denver has a great defense, but Arizona defense, isn't as great. And I think both teams can score. Like, so I do like the over that you said, maybe. So we'll see.
There's a little interesting fun fact here in this little situation is that if Dallas does find a way to win, they'll be 4-4 at 500, and Philadelphia Eagles will be 6-2. So they're just clawing. Washington's just trailing back, and I feel like in this case, can Dallas has that pressure right now. This is that Dallas bubble of like, is he going to get it done? And if we go back to last week, all the favorites covered on prime time. So I'm just looking back at our little stats here, and we're saying that Baltimore wins, and Brado's saying that the 9-0 road favorites win. This will be the first dog to probably find a chance to finally
You
cover.
win on the thing and break it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So let's thank Mr. Kiev for coming on the show. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. It was so nice to have you on finally outside of Ultimate Contest weekend. And then tell everybody where we can find or they can find you. Obviously they know where on my website as well. They're under partners, but go ahead, Kiev.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for having me. Caleb, Carlos, Brad, Katie, awesome, awesome stuff. Had a great time talking to you. Yeah, check us out, The Oddsbreakers. We just filmed the show today with Brad Powers, talk college football, and we dug pretty deep into a lot of these games. And
That's
I
awesome.
also did a NFL side. If you want to watch the video, I dressed up in a stupid Batman costume, but I did change my name to Batman. Instead, I was Bat.
Oh,
So
nice. I like
I,
it.
I just happen to look like a bat for some reason, but we had fun with it. We always,
Put some money. You should have the money in there.
Hold on,
my daughter made
Nebraska
that
or
for me, of
USC?
course, not corrupting her at all. But we always just go over like stats and fun stuff if that's what you're into. And check us out at theoddsbreakers.com. Once again, thanks for having me, you guys.
Thank
Nebraska
you,
or USC before you leave?
Kiev.
Nebraska plus 6.5.
Hell yeah. Matt Rule's got that
Wow.
3-year
Wow.
extension.
Is it
3-year
because of
extension.
Tony?
Next
Lincoln
year,
Riley
bro.
past California, 2 time zones. He's like 0 and 12.
And it's going
Oh
to be
my God.
38 degrees night game.
Yeah, I don't.
Nice.
University of
I'm
Spoiled
sorry,
Children.
Nebraska. There's just way too many ways Nebraska covers that.
Oh my God. All right. You guys know where to find him. Caleb, any last announcements and shout outs?
Go big fucking red, dude. That's all.
Big pick. Anything for you?
Oh, we're gonna take those Huskers' ass, Caleb. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, UFC. And
Actually,
then
Spoiled
my
children.
college play of the week is I actually love Texas against Vanderbilt. I think the hype train for Vanderbilt is finally going to come to an end, and their CFP dreams are going to be shut out by the Longhorns this weekend.
nice. Wow. Other than the one that Caleb just talked about. That's
Yeah,
not that's a biased one. Okay, Prado, go.
How about shout out to the great Mike Palm, just a class act, great man. Just love listening to him. Just a down to earth kind of man, and just shout out to him.
All right. Speaking of shout outs at the Circa, Derek, thank you so much again for a great weekend. I missed Aaron because I think he was on vacation. Jeff Benson, awesome, awesome sportsbook stuff. Thanks for the seats again, just to be able to experience that. And then Mike Palm, we were like this on the over on the Dallas game, even though I fucking lost that on Survivor on one of the ones that I had with a group because they had the balls to take Dallas, obviously, but we were like this on the over because he was on the over. So it was so much fun watching that with Mike Palm. Like you said, it's legendary to have those kind of guys by your side when you're betting on the same thing. And yeah, no, thank you again, Kiev. I can't thank you enough. Your show is awesome. I encourage everybody to watch his show and the stuff that he has on there. I've been on a few episodes, and the episode that I was on, I was very happy to have taken that beer bet banger, which was the Browns.
Nailed it.
Yes, I did, right? And no one would believe me until they saw the show. They're like, "Damn, dude, you just did that." But yeah, I enjoyed it. I know the guys enjoyed having you on, and we look forward to keeping it that way for the next maybe even this whole season and the next season, even after that. So again, we
Great.
appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. All right,
Thanks,
guys,
everyone.
that's gonna be